Welcome to the first ever Planet 13 Fight Club press conference celebrating Noche Fight Week, presented by Planet 13 Lifestyles. It's your planet, take it. I'm your host, the Schmo, and today I'm playing Schmo White for this press conference. However, there's no conflict in today's event. No one that will be on this stage is fighting each other. 2 of the 4 fighters represent Mexico. The fights this Saturday are a tribute to Mexican Independence Day. We need to congratulate Dana White for making this incredible event at the Sphere happen this week. It will be an unbelievable experience for the fighters and the fans and a one-of-one event. So we're thrilled to welcome the fighters, fans, and media here in the Planet 13 Plaza, which is part of the 112,000 square foot Planet 13 Entertainment Complex. We also want to welcome remote media, watching, streaming live, along with MMA fans everywhere who are tuning in on the Planet 13 Lifestyle socials. We're just days away from this historic fight and incredible Las Vegas venue, the Sphere. Now, let's hear it for the fighters, ladies and gentlemen. We're honored to welcome 4 elite athletes to Planet 13. Introducing first, from Tijuana, Mexico, and now training and living right here in Las Vegas. He's the number 2 ranked UFC flyweight and former 2-time UFC flyweight champion, the first ever Mexican-born UFC champion. Give it up to Brandon the Moreno, the Assassin Baby. Up next, he's fighting in his 10th fight in the UFC, the Jamaican sensation, born in Kingston, Jamaica, 12-7-1, fighting out of Las Vegas by way of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's going to be fighting on Saturday. Osborne. Up next, he's got 11 wins, 8 first-round finishes, fighting out of Mexico, California. Mexico looks to build off his recent victory in Mexico, where he earned his purple belt when he takes on Joshua Vaughn here Saturday in a flyweight match. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to the Pitbull, Edgar Chairez. Coming to the stage next, from Manaus in the Amazon rainforest, representing Brazil. She's the former Invicta flyweight champion with a record of 14-4. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Katlyn Souza. So ladies and gentlemen, we're all here at Planet 13 to hear from the fighters themselves. So we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna open up to media and fans for questions. But before we do that, I just want to cement the fact that this is such a huge weekend in the fight world. You have Canelo Alvarez, the face of boxing, competing in the same city as these people up here on stage. It's Mexican independence. It shows you something about the growth of mixed martial arts, not just here in Las Vegas, but worldwide, the growth of MMA and the Mexican culture. So I want to go down the line, and I want to go to Ode, Edgar, Katlyn. Let's start with Ode for each of you. What does it mean for you to be fighting in this one-of-one event in the Las Vegas Sphere, Ode?
Y'all ever been invited to the cool kids party in high school and you show up and nobody wants you, they know that you're gonna be there, and you show up anyways and you beat everybody in beer pong? That's how I feel. I feel like, I was invited to the cool kids party. Obviously, it's Mexican independence, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's just coming out. This will be my 10th fight. So it's just another day at the office. So, I'm looking to beat everybody in beer pong.
Beer pong. What's your beer pong record, Ode?
Hey, I'm 18-0.
Okay, there it is.
Me siento muy feliz por por estar representando a México, ¿no? En este evento que representa nuestra independencia. Y bueno, voy contra un rival que se parece a mi estilo y vamos a ofrecer una bonita pelea de strikers. Y bueno, estoy listo, se cambió de rival hace unos días, pero bueno, es la misma el resultado. Voy a ir a dar una buena pelea, a golpear a mi rival por dinero y voy a ganar esa pelea.
I'm going to help translating. Edgar said that he's really happy and proud to represent Mexico in this event. The opponent, they changed the opponent recently, but he thinks the style is pretty similar, so he's going to enjoy it. He's going to punch someone in the face for money and celebrate.
Thank you.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, it is Las Vegas. Anything could happen. We have the fifth fighter coming up on stage. She's going to be competing here at the Sphere September 14th this weekend. Born in Brazil, she's now based right here in Las Vegas. She's the number 9th ranked UFC bantamweight. She'll be facing the number 5th ranked bantamweight, the former title challenger on Saturday, Irene Aldana. Give it up to Norma Dumont. But now to Ketlin, great to see you, Norma. Ketlin, what does it mean for you to be fighting at the Sphere this Saturday?
Boa tarde a todos. Significa muito para mim, minha segunda luta dentro da organização, na verdade, minha terceira luta, e poder estar nesse feito histórico que é o UFC 306, para mim, é muito importante na minha carreira.
Good afternoon, everybody. Firstly, this is my third fight in the UFC, and I'm super happy to be part of this historic fight.
We're excited to see you compete. And Norma, the same question's going to you. $20 million has been put in this production. Dana White has dubbed this the greatest live combat sporting event of all time. What do you think the experience will be like for you on Saturday?
Primeiro, boa tarde a todos. É uma honra gigantesca ter a oportunidade de lutar, né, na esfera. E eu acredito que foi dado a gente o direito de dar um show para os fãs e a gente vai fazer isso da melhor maneira possível. E é representar, fazer valer a pena a oportunidade de estar um dos maiores eventos do ano.
Firstly, good afternoon to everybody. Thank you very much. I think that this is going to be an amazing experience. The production is super high value. It's going to be amazing, and it's just an honor to fight in such an amazing arena.
We're all excited to watch you compete. And to my left, we have the two-time UFC flyweight champion, the first ever Mexican-born UFC champion, the future UFC Hall of Famer. What do you believe that means for these fighters competing this weekend inside the Sphere? What does it mean for everybody here up on stage and the ones competing inside the Sphere?
Yeah, man, I mean, first of all, I feel like so proud because UFC is taking a huge risk doing this amazing and massive event at the Sphere, you know, the first one. Obviously, I can't like really spoil nothing, but it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be crazy. All the lights. I mean, you have to wait until Saturday to understand the magnificence of the event, you know. So I feel so proud and I'm very grateful with the UFC to take all the Mexicans count. Nothing. I'm just excited for the fighters, you know. I know all the Mexican fighters, they're gonna take this very serious. And that is gonna make a crazy performance for each fighter, you know. And for the same reason, I think their opponent has to be like on the same level.
And one person fighting in the co-main event you know very well, the champion Alexa Grasso. She's going to be fighting in a trilogy against Valentina Shevchenko. It's the co-main event. You know a thing or two about trilogies. You were successful against Figgy. What's the best advice you can give Alexa heading into this trilogy Saturday evening?
Yeah, it's a huge experience. If I think about me against Figgy, we passed for a lot of different moments each other. And right now, Figgy is doing an amazing career at 135. Right now, I'm trying to going back and fight my next fight against Amir Albasi. But for Alexa against Valentina, they have to understand they're making something huge together. And it's gonna be part of their legacy. And I don't know how is the animosity between them, but they're gonna share something in the future, like forever.
And you got that big matchup coming up, Edmonton, Canada, November 2nd, headlining UFC Fight Night against Amir Abazi. What are your expectations against that man November 2nd?
Yes, I mean, I was trying to come back early. UFC asked me for this event for Noche UFC. I did my best to recover of my injuries. I wasn't able to be part of this amazing card, but man, I'm excited. I'm just excited to be back and fight against Amir Abazi, an incredible opponent. In Canada, first time there. I wish all the support of the people there.
Now, let's open things up for some media questions. For media watching live on YouTube, we ask you submit your questions shortly, but let's hang on real quick for the media in attendance. Carlos, let's start with you.
Well, first question for Brandon. I heard what you said. You had some injuries. You were trying to recover. But what do you expect that you're going to feel on Saturday? Because as Dana said, they're going to remember and commemorate all the achievements that Mexico had in combat sports. And of course, you being the first Mexican-born champion, we're going to see you there. I'm going to see your face, your celebration on the highlights that they'll be putting this week. So what do you think you're going to feel there, being in the arena and seeing your in this huge arena, in this
Maybe I'm gonna cry again. I don't know, man. So I don't think it's a secret. I mean, UFC talked to me and asked me like, "Hey, man, like, we're gonna make a Mexican card for all the Mexicans. Independence Day, and for sure we want you to be at the card, right?" And they give me some treatments because I have some injuries. So I push my body the most I can. I wasn't able to fight in that card because I wasn't ready. You know, my body wasn't ready to fight. But I know I'm gonna feel like very excited watching all the highlights, like you say, all the videos around. I remember when I talked with the UFC, they told me all the details and the for the card. Obviously, I don't want to say absolutely nothing because I love my job and I don't want to be fired again. But it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be very cool for you guys.
And for Amir, you've been studying him, you've been practicing to fight him since last year because you were going to fight in December. Then that was going to be the main event in Mexico. So what do you think about him as an opponent? And a win against him can bring you back to the belt, or you think you have to win a couple?
So we did the training camp, the game plan last time for him when the fight was supposed to be in February. But yeah, that saved time for us. Right now we went straight to the training camp. We went straight to the rounds. We went straight to the rounds, to the rolls, you know, to the jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. So that saved us some time for us. But that's it. I feel excited. I just want to win. And after that, being very honest with myself, I don't think the fight for the title is gonna be next. But man, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna get that title back. If I have to fight against. Sin pensar en peleas, o sea, estuve sin estar pensando en qué voy a hacer ahora con el campamento de entrenamiento y eso. ¡Oh, magia! Ok. Y eso me ayudó muchísimo. Sí. Thank you, audio guys. Thank you so much. You're the best. Y eso me ayudó muchísimo mentalmente a ver lo que podía seguir en el futuro para mí. Entonces, ahorita me siento otra vez muy emocionado de ir al gimnasio, de los entrenamientos, del sudor, de los sparrings. Entonces, eso creo que me va a beneficiar mucho en mis próximas peleas, ¿no? En esta nueva etapa de Brandon Moreno, donde quiere demostrar toda la experiencia que he venido generando. O sea, no me acuerdo ya cuántas peleas de 5 asaltos tengo en los últimos años. Entonces, creo que eso me va a ayudar mucho.
¿Qué es lo que ha cambiado el Brandon Moreno 2.0? ¿Qué trae de nuevo?
La confianza. Yo creo que mucho es la confianza. A veces me pongo a estudiar un poquito las cintas y digo, hey, es que yo puedo hacer las cosas mejores que otros peleadores. O sea, yo sé que tengo un excelente boxeo, tengo una increíble lucha, un increíble jiu-jitsu brasileño, pero creo que no he logrado todavía conectarlo al 100%, a pesar de que ya he tenido grandes presentaciones en el pasado. Aún así siento que puedo dar muchísimo más y ahí me han faltado ciertos detalles y eso es en lo que me enfoqué en los últimos meses.
Muchas gracias.
Pues,
Puro Chicali, Gachairez, para España, para toda la raza, para todos los latinoamericanos. Te quiero preguntar directamente cómo te sientes peleando en el Día de la Independencia de México, ya que respiras puro Mexicali por todos los poros. ¿Qué se siente peleando en el día más especial para México?
Muy bien, ya mis 3 eventos anteriores han sido pues en noche 1, fue en 290 donde era noche mexicana prácticamente y en UFC México, así que me siento como en casa, literal. Me siento en un evento más local y bueno, físicamente estoy preparado. No he dejado de entrenar desde mi primer pelea hace un año y no he tomado ninguna pausa. Me siento preparado, aunque lo mencioné, se cambió de rival, pero es lo mismo, es el mismo estilo y bueno, quiero celebrar el grito de independencia con una victoria.
The question was what he feels of representing Mexico in Mexican Independence Day. And Edgar is saying that he's been lucky to fight almost every time at home. A UFC 290 felt like a Mexican night because it was Brandon and Jair, another four Mexican fighters on the same card. Then he fought a Noche last year, and then he's coming from fighting in Mexico. He hasn't stopped training since he signed with the UFC a year ago, so he's ready to go. As he mentioned, they changed the opponent, but he feels that the style is going to be a great matchup, and he's going to enjoy this fight and celebrate the Mexican Independence Day as he should.
Gracias.
This question's for Ode. Well, first off, I want to say you are bringing like this huge jug of water on stage. How many gallons are you going through a day right now?
So this is just 1 gallon, but by tomorrow I'm pushing through 2 gallons, you know, just to flush my system, get all the salts out, just so I can, you know what I mean, make this weight, because I got to make 126, and right now I'm about 139, so, you know, it's like a lot of water, though, you know. Yeah, it's the worst part. The weight cut is the worst part about fighting. Fighting is the easy part. Anybody can fight. You can get a bum off the street and turn them in a cage.
Well, respect to you, but all the fans, I mean, we're really excited for your fight this weekend, so what can the fans expect from you?
Man, I'm the Jamaican sensation. Come on, man. Y'all know, you done know. Hey, look, man, I don't speak Spanish. Look, but I will say this. Anybody who has seen an Ode Osborne fights, they know that I come to entertain every single time. I put on the most exciting fights ever. Win, lose, or draw, my fights are always exciting, no matter what. And I know it's Mexican independence, but I'm doing this one for the culture. Wakanda forever.
And we'll get that Ode chant going on inside the sphere, too.
Let's go.
And one last question for Norma. There's a huge bantamweight title fight coming up between Raquel Pennington and Juliana Pena. Just curious to get your thoughts on who you think wins that.
Eu acho desperdício de tempo. Eu acho que a Juliana não deveria estar lutando pelo título. Foram 2 anos e meio fugindo de lutas difíceis e receber um prêmio desse, eu acho injusto. Mas eu espero que a Juliana perca e que depois que eu passar pela Irene, eu lute com ela.
So I think it's a waste of time. I think we're losing time. We've just spent years waiting for Julianne to come back. And she's been given this prize of being able to fight for the title. And hopefully we'll get a new title holder, but then we're ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for these fighters. Halfway through this press conference, 4 or 5 of them are going to be competing Saturday at the Sphere. Cutting weight this week, it's fight week. Appreciate their time very much. I want to now bring this back to some of our media that have been watching on YouTube. We're going to go to Matthew Riddle with MMA Knockout on Sports Illustrated. He's got a question for all these fighters here on stage. We'll start with Brandon. Can we get your prediction for the Taira versus Royval fight and your opinion on Figueiredo's success at bantamweight and whether you'd consider moving up yourself? That's from Matthew Riddle, MMA Knockout on Sports Illustrated.
So the fear, was that two questions or one?
I guess he did two questions.
Okay, so first one, Tyra against Roybal. It's very interesting, you know. I think Roybal is gonna put on a high pace on the fight. Tyra is gonna try to close the distance and go for sure to the ground because he's showing an amazing skills with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But let's see. I think it's very interesting and obviously very excited to watch the new generation. You know, Tyra is a guy who doesn't have like too many fights at the UFC, but he has like 5, 6 fights and he's doing an amazing job. And that's it. Let's see what happens in the future.
And then his follow-up question with that is getting your opinion on Figueiredo's success at bantamweight and whether you consider moving up to bantamweight yourself.
Oh nah, man. I mean, right now I'm kind of shabby, but I can fight in 135. At least not soon. I'm nothing. I'm just happy for Figueiredo. You know, he's doing an amazing job right now. I mean, he beat Chito in the last one, and I know that his next fight is gonna be something huge for him because if he wins, maybe he get the opportunity for the title coming up. So for nothing, all the success for him in the future.
There it is. Now the next question's for O'Day, and I'm going to quote this man's question. 4 years ago, you said, quote, 5 years from now, people are going to say, oh man, McGregor fought on O'Day's card, end quote. What do you have to say about this now that it's 2024?
Oh man, that was a long time. That was my first fight in the UFC. I'm a completely different person then. But man, just as I said before, if you ever seen my fights, you know, I'm not shy of boring. I go out to fight. Like I said, I'm from Kingston, Junkie come from. So you already know I'm gonna bring that Kingston in the octagon and I'm gonna show out. And you know, there's a lot of people that's been sleeping on me on this fight, you know what I'm saying? I haven't gotten much press on it, but that's all right. Look, my time will come. God's been telling me that I just need to be patient, I need to be humble, I need to chill. So that's what I'm doing until Saturday. Then I get to really show out the Jamaican sensation. You done know. Yeah.
Now the next question's for Norma. You're on the cusp of a bantamweight title shot. We heard you earlier talking about Pena and Pennington facing off later this year, but how would you stack up against the winner of that fight if that was what's next for you?
Eu acredito que a Raquel vença. E depois vai sobrar ali a Juliana. Eu espero que ela sobe para mim. Mas eu acredito realmente pelo tempo parado que a Juliana ficou, a Raquel tem uma certa vantagem nessa luta.
So I think Raquel's going to win. I think Juliana's time out is really going to show itself. And Juliana will be free to fight elsewhere. But let's see what happens.
We'll see that going down in a few weeks. And now the next question's for Edgar. Edgar, you spent a year of your UFC career fighting Daniel Lacerda. Will fans see a more active Edgar after UFC 306? And what career plans do you have with the victory?
Tradúceme, por favor.
No, dice que duraste un año planeando la pelea con la cerda, pero ahora pues vas a pelear con este güey. ¿Cuál es tu plan después de la victoria?
Ah, sí. Está chilo pelear con alguien que no sea Daniel. Y bueno, ya necesitaba otro rival para mostrar mi performance. Y bueno, yo solo necesito pelear para ir a comer una pizza y unos tacos.
He said it's really cool to fight someone not named Daniel, and he's going to enjoy this, and he just want to fight on Saturday, go have some pizza and tacos after the fight.
Not a bad way to celebrate afterward. And last but not least, for Ketlin, Kayla Harrison might be the toughest matchup in bantamweight right now. How are you planning to deal with her physicality, and does a win secure you a title shot? These aren't my questions. These are from media.
It's not the same category, man.
Not in the same category. Well, that's why this isn't my question, but there's your question right there. Not going to be answered then, huh? Not in your same category. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Let's open it up to some fans. Does any fans want to ask these warriors some good questions?
Brandon? Me gustaría.
Man, we came all this way for y'all. Y'all better ask us some damn questions.
I see his hand raised up right there. Can we get him the mic, please?
This one's for Ketlin. If you could choose one martial art to teach to the children, what martial art would that be and why?
Uma arte marcial, escolheria o boxe. É a arte de onde eu venho, eu acho muito bonita e amo o boxe.
She would choose boxing. It's a beautiful sport, beautiful art. Boxing every time.
Yeah, this question goes out for everybody. When it comes to the fighters, do you guys focus on much protein? Is it beef, chicken, fish? What is it to give you that energy you need?
I'll take this one. Well, when you get to a certain level, you hire nutrition, and you don't got to focus on none of that. But for me, honestly, I don't eat meat. I don't eat beef like that. Outside of fight camp, no, I eat beef. But in fight camp, I don't really mess with it just because, inflammatory issues and they be injecting the cows with all this craziness. I just kind of stick to fish and chicken because it's cleaner and it goes through my body faster.
Question over here. This is a question for all the fighters on the panel. Thank you for coming, first off. Big shout out to everyone that is fighting this Saturday at the Spear. It's going to be super crazy. Do you guys got any nerves fighting at the Spear? Because since it's so different at every venue, what do you guys think about that?
Para mí va.
Dale, mi Chaires.
All right, I'll take this one again. Unless somebody else wants to take. You want to take it, Brandon?
No, do it, man.
No, I was just going to say, there's always nerves. Anyone tells you that there's no nerves, they're a liar. They're a liar. There's always nerves. You're never not nervous. That's the part of the game. I think Aaron Rodgers said he gets nervous before every game he plays. And if he doesn't get nervous, it's a problem. But that's how, you're going in there to fight another human being. You know what I'm saying? The next worst thing you could do is kill somebody. You know what I mean? You're fighting someone for not necessarily their life, but damn near until the ref stops it. So yeah, there's always nerves, but it's healthy nerves. You know what I'm saying? It's not the kind of nerves and anxiety that makes you can't move. It's the one that it's a calm nerve. It's I can't really explain it, but those of you who's played sports know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the ready kind.
Nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your great questions, and thanks to everybody attending our Fight Club press conference powered by Planet 13 Lifestyles. Check out planet13lifestyles.com to shop for Planet 13 Fight Club gear and apparel, and be sure to explore the entire Planet 13 entertainment complex while you are here. Also, we have some great events coming up this week, including meet and greets with fighters on Thursday, right here from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m., and Friday, meet and greet 2 to 4 p.m. with this man right here, former champion Brandon Moreno. Photo ops, autographs, you don't want to miss it. And this Saturday night, if you don't have tickets, plan to be here at Planet 13 hosting a Noche watch party to witness history at the Sphere. Congrats again to Dana White and the team for putting off an incredible event at the Sphere. It will be a spectacular experience for all those attending and all those watching. Final thanks to all these fighters and for all of you attending. Thank you, Brandon, Ode, Norma, Edgar, and Ketlin, for taking the time to kick off Fight Week here at Planet 13. Thanks to the media for joining us today, here and remotely. Thank you to all you fans. Have a great day.
Viva Mexico, cabrón!